Okay, hopefully we're live again. Hopefully we'll stay that way. We'll look just for a few more moments, I think, and then we'll continue on. Time is running out. I was hoping that pileated woodpecker would come along, but it hasn't. And I haven't heard it in a bit. So maybe it's not coming at all. Oh, battery. Oh, shoot. I just realized I didn't bring extra batteries with me for this camera. In my haste, I didn't think to bring them. So this battery is dying, and we're going to have to move along very shortly. Let's get a few more close-ups while we have a few bits of juice left. Oops. Excuse me. Any interest in a barred owl?
I don't know. Wait, where is it?
Go right up this tree with the evergreen tree. Just go straight up the trunk, and eventually you'll see a light spot. Do you have binoculars? No.
No, I just have this, which doesn't have a.
Well, just, you know what? Zoom as best you can and go right up the trunk.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be any better than... Oh, I see it. Yeah. Wow. I need to take a picture anyway. Wow. Is he asleep?
I think so. We're trying to sleep.
Yeah.
And you thought I was just visiting the lab for no reason.
No, I knew you were probably out here looking at birds, but that's very exciting. I never would have seen it.
Unfortunately, I didn't bring extra batteries and this camera's dying. But,
well, I'm glad you got at least a little bit.
Yeah. I saw it, went back to my car to get this, and then forgot to... And I'm streaming this live, by the way, and forgot to bring batteries. Here, you know, let me dial it back so you can get a look at it. No problem, my pleasure.
Look out on your screen. It's not going to interrupt you if I walk.
No, go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead. Good luck. What we'll do is I think I'm going to stay here until the battery dies, and it will die momentarily, and then we'll continue on. Look at that beautiful owl. Who's a pretty birdie? the gentleman we were just talking to, I see him at the, you know, typically I've seen him on Saturdays. He's at the front desk of the lab. So I knew he wasn't just walking along, he was actually a bird watcher, or at least he suspected as much. Oh, I'm not recording. Shoot. I wonder how long I have not been recording. Anyway, battery is running right out, so we'll have to move along very shortly. Look at that. The tree is moving a little bit, so that's one of the reasons why there's movement. But like I said, we're going to have to get going very soon because the battery of this camera is running down, and I forgot to bring others with me. But this has been a special sighting, I would say. It's hard for me to focus it sharply when I'm zoomed in like this because the tripod is so shaky. What a cutie. Okay, we're going to get going. I'm going to switch cameras right now. Okay, we're with you in a minute, everybody. to me. Worth the trouble. Glad we did. But now we're short on time. I'd like to go to the campus. So cooperate, and quite honestly, it never has. Hold on. You know what? I gotta sit you down again. It's something I'm not going to be able to deal with now, not out here on the trails. This is what happens when you carry too much stuff. Well, he should have someone carry it. No, I don't want anyone carrying anything with us. Fact is, normally, when I'm out here walking, I really prefer doing it myself. It's not just a question of noise or whatever, I just prefer it. Like I said, we're in barred owl territory here, so I wouldn't be surprised to see another one. And you know, I always try to look for them here in this area. Unfortunately, I have an issue with my tripod and scope right now. You know, I'm not using them, but in terms of carrying them, things are more difficult than they should be. Because something won't cooperate, and it never does. Something that I use that just won't tighten up. Hold on. Okay, that helps. Maybe I should have walked right back to the car. Might have been better. Just skip the rest of the walk here. That's better. The problem is I don't really want to set anything down. You know, I'm going to set this camera down for a moment. I've got to do it. Or else I'll never be able. By the way, if you text me, it's fine. If I text back, you don't have to reply usually. This makes it easier so I don't have to check my phone again. I just have to see if I can tighten something up on my camera, or actually on my scope. I don't think I can get to my screwdriver though, that's the problem. No, I can't. It's on my keychain, I can't get it. Sorry about this. Jeez. I've never seen anything so uncooperative. I can tell you this. This piece of gear and I are going to have words when I get home. Hold on a second. No, that's not going to tighten up. Okay. Needless to say, we're most likely going to be skipping a few areas as we walk. I don't think I'm going to walk out onto the Sherwood platform, given what I'm carrying, and how I'm carrying it. Oh, come on. Hold on a second. I'm going to deal with something once and for all. When you deal with tripods, there are generally, not always, but generally two different locking systems for the legs. Twist lock and lever lock. And this tripod uses twist lock. I've never been a fan. And it's not helping. Lever lock is a lot faster to deploy. Some people like twist lock better though. For whatever reason, I like lever lock better. It's faster. Just open and close basically. You never have to be confused as to which way tightens and which way closes or opens. And you can look at it and see that something is either opened or closed. Whereas with twist lock, it looks, looking at it always looks the same. So you can't tell if you've tightened up and locked and tighten up a section. Now, given the hassle of carrying the gear right now, do I have any regrets? No. It's nice to see that owl. Somebody walked out on the pond. By the looks of things. Okay, let's keep going. Not much going on. You know, overall, I mean, I'm glad to have seen that owl, but overall, it's pretty quiet here, bird-wise. I think what we'll do is we'll go right to the car and we'll stay there. We won't go back to the water. For instance, I don't see much point. I mean, there's always a chance we'll see something, of course. But given the gear, given how much time we have, I don't think we can. Hold on, all tangled up here again. How did that happen? How did that happen? Okay. Anyway, given how much time we have, I don't think we'll have time to waste. So that's a little better. There we go. It's actually turning into a pretty day here. The sky has cleared up a little bit. And we're getting a little bit of late afternoon sunshine. So actually it's kind of nice here right now. Something, but I guess not. So again, I think we'll head right for the car. I'll need a few minutes to unpack some things and to deal with some things, including some uncooperative equipment, and then we'll head towards the campus. Good thing I had a good breakfast today. This is pretty much, well, I don't know if it's frozen over, but it's, you don't see much open water, certainly. It's running though. I can see a tiny bit of water right there, moving. By the way, Tauganic Falls, leads, I don't know if it's Tauganic Creek or whatever, but it leads right over into Cayuga Lake. And as I was driving by, they had heavy equipment there breaking up ice. I don't know if there's a problem, a real problem, or if they anticipated a problem, or what, but they were breaking things up, it seemed. I don't know if what they were doing was trying to help prevent a real problem, let's say from, that would prevent, let's say, water from getting through and then backing up and causing issues. I have no idea. That's my guess anyway. I realize that you haven't seen everything that I've seen today because I told you about the ducks that I saw on my way back. but seen a nice variety today, really, overall. I have. I told you again about the ducks, including buffleheads. What's that? Is that somebody? Probably not, but let's look. No, I think it's just some snow. Yeah. Buffleheads and common mergansers, red-breasted mergansers, mallards, American black ducks, common golden eyes, there were Canada geese there as well. Can't remember what else. And I saw a bunch of, actually I forgot to mention them, canvasbacks flew in and then flew out. Surprised to see the canvasbacks, to be honest with you. So that was there, and we saw a bald eagle earlier today, and we've seen red-tailed hawks here and there. Saw Cooper's hawk, if you recall. Didn't see it well, but we saw it. And then a short while ago, the barred owl. So for me, anyway, it's been kind of a nice day. Not even mentioning all the smaller birds we saw in the feeding garden here. Of course, I've seen a whole bunch of red-tailed hawks myself, just in driving. Sorry it's so shaky as I walk. It's, I'm sure, worse than normal, but I'm trying to carry some stuff, so. And some of that stuff is not cooperating. Specifically, the plate that I use on the mounting plate for the tripod that's on my scope. That is what is not cooperating. I think I just heard a chickadee. Anyway, I'm not going to walk out to the deck at the Fuller Wetlands. I'm just going to keep going. Unless I happen to see something between now and then. I do see a small bird. 1 second. Where'd it go? I just heard a mourning dove and I see a female cardinal. There's a starling up on the power lines. I think it's been there the whole time I've been here. Seems like the same spot. Well, maybe not. There's one as I drove in. Actually, it might have been good to go to the Fuller Wetlands deck there, but just in case that mink popped up again. But again, carrying this has been kind of a pain. And I want to get back to the car. Sorry, I'm not showing you things, but I'm not seeing anything either. I am looking around. You can see the sun is kind of sort of coming out. The sky is getting a little blue here and there. Plenty of snow on the ground. There's starlings over on the power lines. guy was a bird watcher there that just drove by. Maybe wrong. I think I recognize him. So glad we saw the barred owl though, and that it stayed there for us. I would have hated to have come all the way back to my car, gathered gear, only to find that it was gone when I returned. Okay, so I need a few minutes to put some things away, maybe a little bit longer than normal. But we're here, and I gotta set some things down or they're driving me crazy. So bear with me, I need a few minutes. Be with you as soon as I can. I thought I heard something, and granted I was wearing my hat so I don't hear quite as well, and it might have been the starlings. I only heard part of the call maybe. Again, I didn't hear it as well as I might otherwise, but I thought maybe I was hearing eastern bluebirds, but now I wonder if it was just the starlings and hearing only a part of some of their vocalizations. Okay, just need another minute or two. Again, bear with me, please. Is it like this? I don't know if it was like this or not. Actually, I probably should use a better screwdriver, but it's kind of tucked away in the trunk. Not that easy to get to. Just want to tighten something up and then we'll get going. I do need a different battery for this camera. for the other camera, I should say. Like I said, I'm going to deal with this thing once and for all when I get back home. That is. Okay. Almost ready. Thank you for your patience. Ooh, that was good. I have to say, overall, I'm very grateful to my equipment. It puts up with a lot. And one more thing. Where batteries? Batteries, where are you? You were here earlier. There you are. Okay. And you know, as much as I enjoyed seeing that barred owl, I was glad to have shared it with that guy who is, you know, I don't know his name, but who works at the front desk of the lab. That was good too. As I've told you before, I mean, I don't want anyone to walk with me at Sapsucker or anywhere else, but I don't mind sharing what I see once I'm set up and everything. Okay, I guess we'll deal with this as we go. All right. Just like this, just like this. Now we don't have much time. It's after 5, and if we want to see anything at all on the campus, we're gonna have to hurry. Nice sapsucker. Good to see you. Sometimes at least for me anyway, I'll speak just for myself. Sometimes you can see nothing all day, but then have one sighting that makes it all worthwhile. And we have seen a few things today, as I said earlier, but that owl was kind of worthwhile. I wouldn't have minded maybe slightly better light, which might have, and really a more solid tripod would have been nice, but I wish I had a better tripod with me, a more solid one, but you know, I'm glad I made that decision, because carrying the another one might have been that much more difficult. Maybe not, I don't know. Maybe I would have carried things a little differently, and maybe it wouldn't have been too bad, I don't know. I've carried a heavier tripod there before, but not usually with all the broadcast equipment also, and not on snowy trails. It's sightings like that that make me at least keep trying to find better ways to carry more gear. and in a convenient manner. It's not enough sometimes just to carry things. It's got to be convenient to, you know, get that equipment in place and in use, and then, you know, pack it up and walk away. One thing I like about either the cart or the wagon, especially the wagon actually, is that you know, putting things away is fairly quick. The cart is a little bit more involved, just extra steps, and you have to follow a certain step-by-step procedure, or else the whole thing falls over, actually, just because of the way it's balanced. So it's easier overall with the wagon. Quite honestly, the wagon looks kind of silly. The cart looks silly. The cart's even worse. But like I've said before, you know, if it gives us it's worth it. If I were there at Sapsucker, you know, just walking, not trying to live stream it all, and not having to carry the gear as a result, maybe I would, you know, I'd walk there unless the snow is really bad, you know, on the trails. I'd probably walk there with a tripod and scope all the time. And I've seen people there, maybe not in the winter, but there certainly on the warmer months, you know, walking around with scopes and tripods. They don't usually, I mean, most people don't, but every once in a while I've seen that. When I was there when the Heronites had their meetup in September, I was there on Friday and on Saturday, and I didn't broadcast on Friday at all. And but I did walk at Sapsucker, and that's how I did walk around. I, you know, walked around with a scope and actually a sturdier tripod than the one we were just using a little while ago. And you know, scope and camera, and that was just how I did it. And the camera that you're looking through right now, I didn't bother to carry with me. It has its advantages, there's no doubt. But, you know, I really use it primarily for when we're streaming live. So it's about almost 10 after 5. It's still somewhat light out, but it's going to get dark very, very quickly. Hopefully we'll be able to see somebody on the campus. I may have raised this issue last year. I'm going to raise it again, whether I raised it or not. It's something that's bothered me for a long time. This whole business, and I don't even know what the result was yesterday, but this whole business of the groundhog and seeing its shadow and you know, what that means has never made sense to me. To me, if the groundhog sees its shadow, doesn't that mean the sun is out? So if the sun is out, doesn't that mean spring should be coming? right? I've always wondered about that. I mean, since elementary school. Anyway, I have no idea if what the result was. You know, this year. But see some geese on the golf. And I see a lot more geese on the golf course. Hey, cute. They're not close. They're a little ways in, and they seem to be mostly in the areas where, you know, snow has melted or has probably never fell as heavily as other areas because of you know, the trees. We, by the way, I'm not sure about Ithaca, but I know my area, and I have a feeling Ithaca as well, we're supposed to be getting some warmer weather over the next few days. And that might melt some things. And then I think the long-range forecast for like next weekend, I think things were not going to be, you know, super freezing, but you know, not quite as warm. I mean, I believe I saw a high temperature of 51 in the next couple days, predicted high in my area. Maybe it was Monday or Tuesday, I don't remember. Seen something, but I guess not. You know, 51 in the winter obviously feels warm. Again, I told you, everything is relative. But it's not like it starts off the day at 51. It takes a long time if it ever gets to 51. And then usually it's only 51 for a short time, then things get cold again. But it's the thought that counts. You know what I'm saying? I've seen, you know, here on the campus in winter, you get a warmer day in the 50s. And, you know, 50s, as I said, everything's relative. So in August, if you had 50s, everyone would be complaining how cold it is. But it's funny to see people walking around in shorts and everything as if it's like the warmest day. Given how late it is, I don't know if we're going to see any hawks today here on the campus, but we'll give it a try. It is already starting to get dark. I mean, some buildings are not well lit. What happens is, yes, the sky is still light, but as you know, now a given side of a building, if it's not facing the sun, might not be well lit enough for us to see a hawk well, or maybe to notice the hawk in the first place. Doesn't look like anyone's height rather than weight. You people knew I was coming. Couldn't you cross earlier, like an hour ago? Just kidding. Go, Toyota, go, go, go. I don't know what event. Apparently there was some event. Looks like it's letting out now. Be able to get in that parking lot. Maybe. I don't know if I really want to go in there anyway, but we'll go in. Last week we saw Arthur on one of the lighting towers. And it doesn't hurt to check again. I don't see, with the naked eye anyway, I don't see anybody up there. Wait a minute. No. So I think I'm going to turn right around and we'll continue. Come on. Come on, Toyota. It's clear. I don't know what the car was, what they're waiting for. They're waiting and waiting, waiting at the light. All right, the stop sign. Oh, do I see somebody? I think I see somebody. Hi, somebody. On top of Riley Rob. We won't get the very best look from here, but this will give us a better angle, I think, than we might otherwise get. Oh. Who put that tree there? This should do it. Hold on. Straight up. Okay.
we?
Don't worry, I can't even see you. Believe it or not.
Like, that was not stealthy.
There's a red-tailed hawk up on top of Riley Robb Hall.
Sure. Yeah, why not? My work bag, the seats. I had to drive around with that today. It is. I wore it to work for Halloween.
We won't stay here too long. I want to continue the search, maybe hopefully find Arthur. He'd be good to see. She's a sweetie. Good to see her. We didn't see her last week. Again, it's getting dark. It's late in the day, so the lighting is not the best, and we're not very, very close. I mean, we're not really far from her, but we're not very, very close. But let's, I think we're going to continue the search. Okay, let's switch cameras. Bye, baby. Good to see you. Well, you know what? Let's try to get a slightly closer look, and then we're going to move on. Again, not super sharp because of the conditions, the distance, and the lighting. Still, very good to see her. Okay, let's move on. Bye, baby. So good to see her. on top of the vet school. I don't believe anybody's up there, but I'm going to look anyway. And nobody's up there. Some starlings flying around, but that's all I see. Go. Maybe, maybe not. Red is still up on Riley Rob. And you might say, well, yeah, so, I mean, we just left her. That's true. But given how late it is in the day, maybe not quite roosting time, but, you know, wouldn't be surprised if she heads to a roosting spot, and I rather doubt she would roost there. So anyway, you know, if she may leave that area or that perch, you know, soon enough to head to a roosting spot for the night. I don't know that for certain, of course, but that's my guess. Not that I expect anyone there, but I'll look at Bradfield. With the naked eye anyway, I don't see anybody there. No. pull into plant science to see if there are any peregrine falcons around on the other side of Bradfield, but I'm not going to do that just yet. Would have been here on the campus sooner if it weren't for you people demanding that we take a better look at the owl. Yes, I'm blaming you. Twisted my arm. It's getting dark, so tough to see anything. Big Red is still on Riley Road. Oh, she is. Okay. Obviously, it's getting dark. We're running out of time. I kind of regret not sharing the ducks with you that I saw earlier today, but I think it would have been difficult to share them with you, just given the nature of the whole situation. I'm not even sure I'm going to put together any video from it. Probably not. Each time I could finally get the golden eyes, for instance, common golden eyes in on camera, they would dive. So I mean, it was hard to really get a good look at them. Setting. Dark very shortly. Seen something, but I guess not. I guess not. Okay, back towards central campus. See Arthur today, but hold on a second. Oh, that's nothing. Just a couple signs just showing, alerting drivers that up ahead there's a crosswalk. There's a symbol of a pedestrian crossing, and then it shows an arrow. Okay, fine. Wouldn't it be something if one day Cornell woke up to like a whole bunch of signs placed all over the place with a picture of my car. Warning the pedestrians that I might be coming. Now, I never did check out Sage Hall, really. I mean, I looked at it as I drove by, but I didn't really look at it. I wonder if he was up there. That's possible. Maybe we'll head that way anyway. Of course, it is getting dark, so it's just about roosting time now. Looks like Big Red has moved on. No surprise there. Like I said, it's late. It's roosting time. I wonder where she went. You know what? We're not going to go to Sage. Let's go closer to Bradfield. Let's see if maybe, by any chance, she's gone there. Goodness, these Prius drivers. No offense to them, but they seem particularly slow today. Bradfield is dark, so you know, I'm going to have to look with binoculars, and I'm not going to show you unless I happen to see something. Quite honestly, I don't expect to see anybody there, and I don't. Okay. I don't believe we're going to see anybody else, given how late it is. This will be the last song we hear. Not that we've heard a lot, you know. Hey! Where'd that cat come from? if you saw it. Most likely a stray. I'd rather it not be around. I'd hate to see it around if there are young hawks on the ground, although I might stay away from them.
Make yourself at home. Hell is full of high court judges, famous saints. We've got cardinals, archbishops, barristers, certified accountants, music critics. They're all here. Hello.
Okay, break's over.
Okay, break's over.
We'll check Sage anyway. You know, given the time of day and everything, I doubt anyone's going to be there, but we'll do it. Maybe a bad, well, probably a bad idea. You know what? I won't go all the way down there. It doesn't make sense. Alright. Granted, it's so dark I can hardly see up there anyway. We are out of time. We are out of time. But I hope you enjoyed our time today. I did. Had a lot of fun. Nice kind of day, you know, especially after the last couple days being as cold as they were. Today, relatively mild, but, you know, still a winter day. But enjoyable, very enjoyable. And I liked a lot of what we saw. Didn't see as much as I would have cared to have seen, but I liked what we did see. But of course, it's time for me to pack up and head home. everyone. I hope you have a very, very good week. Thanks for coming along today and putting up with me. You have a great week and are able to do some bird watching. Hopefully you'll have some nice weather. Until next time, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.